Hi friends, today I am explaining about advanced Kotlin concepts. Lambdas in Kotlin. Lambda expression is a shortened and defining a function, which can be treated as an expression. Syntax of lambdas was curly braces. Parameters comes before the arrow. Example usage in Android. Lambdas are continuously used in Android to make code more conscious and click listeners. Higher order functions. Higher order function definition was function takes other function as parameter or returns a function. Syntax for higher order function was specify parameter types as parameter type and return type. Example usage in Android. Higher order functions can make code modular and reusable. For instance, defining a reusable function to handle different actions. Kotlin offers a rich collection library that includes list, set, collections which can be mutable or immutable. Example usage in Android. Collections are more often used to store and manipulate groups of items, such as displaying a list of products in recycler view. Applying these concepts in Android development. Lambdas. It simplifies code, especially when setting click listeners or handling data. Higher order functions. It allows more modular functions supporting dynamic functionality. Collections. Streamline data management, especially when filtering or mapping data. These all combined features makes Android apps, which can make interactive and efficient UI element. For instance, lambdas and higher order functions with collection display filtered list based on the user input or preferred one. Approach enhances the app's performance. Setting up a scrollable list of Jetpack Compose. Basics of Jetpack Compose for lists. It has been lists are created using the lazy column composable, which efficiently renders only the visible items. The syntax for the lazy column was items of item list item of item is equal to item. Displaying text and image in Android. Composing items with text and images. For each item, we can use composable like text and image to display the necessary data. The syntax for the composing items with text and images as listed below. You can see here as at the rate compose function fun list item. Managing data efficiently in a scrollable list. Best practices for data management. Use data classes to represent, prefer immutable lists for better stability. Use model view to hold list data so that survives configuration changes. Efficient data loading. When loading data dynamically, use paging for very large lists to prevent memory issues. Best practices for displaying list in Compose. Use lazy composables, use stable data, minimize recomposition. Prefer lazy column over column to prevent. If the list data changes frequently, then we use stable data. Avoid unnecessary recompositions by state management techniques, then we will use minimize composition. Right now we are introduction to the material design. What is material design? Material design is a design language created by Google that brings a unified, intuitive, and visually appealing look to Android apps. It benefits the material design, enhance visual consistency and usability, provides guidelines for interactive response and accessible UI, enables developers to implement a cohesive brand experience, which is easy to use, Adding material design. Components, material components in Jetpack Compose. Jetpack Compose provides built-in material component that simplifies implementation. Example of a color scheme. Jetpack Compose's material theme allows you to define a consistent color palette for light and dark themes. Adding material components buttons. Adding a material button with customizable colors, elevation and styling. Accessibility best practices. Accessibility is main thing to all users including those with disabilities can interact with the navigate and the app. It promotes inclusivity and compliance and accessibility standards. Implementing accessibility in Jetpack Compose. Content description. Always provide content description for images and icons using content description. Thank you. This is the way how we can learn Jetpack Compose and fundamental Kotlin concepts and material design. Thank you.